What's going on, guys? JTails here for another competitive tutorial, this time covering Zelda. So let's get right into it. I know a lot of people have been asking for her, so let's see what light I can shed on her gameplay. Zelda was used quite a bit early on, most notably used by Nairo early on in the 3DS days. Now, not so much. Zelda has been receiving buffs, so she's getting better and better, but before, for a while, she probably was not worth using. So the first thing I want to talk about is what are her options, right? A lot of people wonder, like, hey, how do I hit people with Zelda? How do I get kills? So first thing I want to talk about is her down throw. When you get a grab at low percent, your first go-to is usually down throw because it can sometimes chain into neutral air. Depending on DI, percentage, and character weight, this is not guaranteed. It's actually pretty difficult to get anything off of her down throw, so usually it's just a usually you do this throw simply because it's the one that you can get a read off of, meaning people can jump, they can jump before I can get this neutral air off on them. However, if they air dodge to the ground, it allows me to get setups like down throw and then charge forward smash, and they air dodge right into it, or just read their DI and get an up smash, which then combos into nair, which can lead into a lightning kick, which is her forward air and her back air, both which kill very early and deal a lot of damage. I think they're both 20 apiece, 20% apiece. Yeah. So whether you hit with forward air or back air, you have to make sure it's a sweet spot, and it'll kill really early. Yeah. See, that kills Ryu at, well, I hit him at 80 around there, and he died. All right. So basically, down throw is usually your go-to. At higher percents, you want to choose some of your other throws. But first of all, up throw can maybe lead into stuff, but like I said, there's a good chance they'll probably air dodge out. So as far as damage goes, up throw does 11%, down throw does 6, which is pretty low. Back throw deals 11 as well, and forward throw dealing 12. So at low percents, either you can go for the forward throw just to gain that damage, or go for down throw and try to get some follow-ups if possible. That's usually what I go for. I usually go for down throw and just look for a nair or look for a lightning kick depending on their DI. Alright, so that pretty much covers her throws. Generally, when you have your back to the stage, you're going to want to do back throw. If you're facing and you get a grab, you usually want to do forward throw. And back throw and forward throw will start killing at really high percents. Like very, very high percents. But I think back throw kills more reliably than forward throw. So that's going to be your go-through kill throw if you can't get a kill by any other means. But good thing for us, Zelda has some good tools to rack up damage and to get some kill confirms. Down tilt being one of the most important. Down tilt into up tilt or down tilt into up smash usually leads into some good stuff depending on the character you're fighting. Up smash can combo into itself, and then you can usually follow up with a nair. I like falling nair to cover myself, or even short hop nair, and you can kind of keep stringing these nairs along. Nair is the aerial I probably use most as Zelda because it's the most safe. Her forward tilt also kills when you get to really high percent. You can get your Din's fire going on. Alright, but for the most part, nair is what I'm looking for, since lightning kick has too much lag. Look at how much time it takes for her to get up from the ground. And if my opponent blocks the lightning kick, I have even more end lag. And let's see if I can demonstrate that actually. So Ryu will be shielding, and I'm going to lightning kick his shield. See that? So it takes me a little bit longer to actually recover from that animation, which is very unfortunate. So you don't really want to like lightning kick unless you know it's going to hit. You don't want to really like suffer that end lag. You can get killed for it. Up air also being a pretty good tool to chase people who are above you in the air, but you have to space it correctly. So generally you're gonna, do things like that. Dash attack also kills at higher percents. Um, so my main game with Zelda is gonna be spacing nairs, nairing into people, and then using neutral B, kind of mixing up dash attacks, coming in. Once they're up in the air, I'm gonna try and punish them. I will also try to catch them by surprise by doing my up B into them in this way. So I double jump and then I up B diagonally downward. And you have to get used to the spacing because it's really strict. You can even steal some kills that way. If people are off stage and you want to be really risky, if you're a stock ahead, you can actually teleport into them. Which I think in one of my early videos I did this and it was just really hype. It's not like recommended, but it can be like your last effort, or if you're up a stock, like I said, you can go for this. But yeah, like teleporting into people like this is not a bad idea. Her teleport is actually one of her strongest moves once she reappears. You can also edge cancel it, meaning if you do it to the edge and then you jump. Oops, alright, I messed up the spacing. But for example, if I do it right to the edge, see how I can act right after? So it's like, see, I can nair right after that. So meaning I can actually do 2 up Bs. See that? So she suffers no end lag. And this trick is really good on Battlefield or Lilat or stages with a lot of platforms. What you're really, all you're doing is just doing the up B to the edge of the stage, and you won't suffer any end lag at all. But if you mess up, you fall and die. So you want to really practice this as a Zelda main and not mess this up like at all. Secondly, a nice way to steal kills is while you're shielding. If someone attacks your shield, you can up B out of shield, and that's called the elevator. So in order to up B out of shield, while holding shield, you press jump and then up B. And you see how she has her hands up, but when you let go of shield, she has to take time to put her hands down. So what you're doing with up B out of shield is you're literally removing the time it takes her to put her hands down, and you're going straight from shield into up B. You're not wasting any time with that. So that's good. That's a solid strategy. Or just punishing with up B straight up. And this works at kill percents, at high percents, at mid percents. It's pretty reliable, assuming you land it. If you miss, you're probably going to die because they're going to just charge up a smash and punish you hardcore. But yeah, definitely focus on down tilting, down tilt into dash attack depending on their DI, down tilt into lightning kick, down tilt into up smash. But like I said, they can jump away from you. So what you're gonna have to do is at mid percents or at high percents, down tilt, and if you can read a reaction from them, notice how they air dodge. Notice if they jump away, if they if they land right in front of you, you can get that, and then you can chase them with an up air, falling up air. And if they land forward tilt, you can really cover options very well. Also, her recovery is insane. She can go like almost anywhere and make it back like really far. She has one of the best recoveries in the game, and since she's invisible while it's happening, you can't really punish her for it. So although she has a lot of weaknesses as a character, that is her biggest strength, her recovery. So secondly, I want to talk about the use of Shadow Knight. I haven't really found too many uses for it other than it absorbs projectiles momentarily. The longer you charge it, the stronger it'll be, and the more damage it does. It actually does a 2-hit attack. And I used to see Nairo actually use it while he's recovering from off stage. He'll just do it like that to protect himself and then up B back onto the stage. Zelda does not have a wall jump, so be careful with that. But yeah, lightning kicks are really powerful and they kill very early on. So if you can get good at landing these, you're pretty solid. Up tilt, like I said, is a really good setup. Up tilt and down tilt are your setup moves. They're going to set up into juggles, basically. And Nair into neutral B is also really good. Neutral B reflects projectiles, as if I had to state that. And, oh, another thing, the Shadow Knight can actually be destroyed. So let me demonstrate that now. So we send out the Shadow Knight. Oops. I've never played Twilight Princess, so I don't know what it's called, guys. I apologize for that. But he can be destroyed. And let me explain to you what happens after he gets destroyed. So he's destroyed, and notice how Zelda's hand, see how it's glowing purple like that? She actually can't send him out until that goes away. And once it does, now she can send him out again. So, yeah. So that's basically how it works. So you want to be mindful of that. Don't try and send it out again after it's been destroyed, because nothing's going to happen and you're probably going to get punished for it. So that's down B. Din's Fire is a really good projectile. I like to use Din's Fire for punishing people who are up in the air a lot. And when they land, they cannot block. Nobody can block the moment that they touch the ground. So if you're frame perfect at punishing that, you can really cover people with Din's Fire. Now, to note about Din's Fire is that if you do it from close up, notice how small the flame is. And it didn't really send Ryu very far. But now, the further Din's Fire travels, the more powerful the explosion. Look at how that almost killed. So you really, optimally, you want to try and hit people when they're off stage with Din's Fire and get the big explosion. The explosion gets bigger too. And it kills. So that's something to take note of. Usually you can angle it up, you can angle it down. Din's Fire is very controllable in that sense. So you want to take advantage of this. Dash attack, great for killing, like I said. I like to land with neutral B sometimes because people don't expect it. They're like, oh, I can get a grab. And then when you land neutral B, they get punished for trying to grab you. So that's a good, it's a good option. Up air doesn't hit on the ground. Well, I guess maybe it does. But you have to sweet spot it if you want it to kill. Her jab is just like a little get off me option. I don't really use it too much. But I guess it could be useful if you think people are going to come grab you. I prefer down tilt, because then you can combo into up smash or something else. And that's it for the most part. Her down smash is really good at punishing rolls, and it's stronger on the side that it's stronger on the back side. See how much further it sends people. So you can also get like steal some kills with it later on when people are at higher percent. Pivot forward smashing is really good, and charging it. Her forward smash is really powerful, and her up smash as well. Both smashes linger, so if you're fighting big characters or if you're fighting someone who spot dodges a lot, these are your go-to moves, because they are going to get punished so hard. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to land these moves on people because the range isn't that great, and I don't know. It's just not easy. The best way to do it is, like I said, down tilt into them or down throw into them. Even like with Nair, maybe you can do something. Falling Nair into down tilt. So like the Nair carries people along, and you can use this to your advantage with falling Nair. And then chase if you're up B, if you're feeling gutsy enough, or just a usual up B. If people are spamming projectiles against you and they're getting too comfortable, Hadouken, you know, and like they do it again, as soon as they throw that Hadouken, you can just teleport into them and kill them, depending on what percentage they're at, and yeah, and their weight and all that. Her down air is a really good spike. I think it's one of the best spikes in the game. Even if you get the weak hit of it, you don't sweet spot it, it still sends them down pretty far and pretty quickly. So just hitting with down air in any way is really good. She also has some jab lock setups with it that I'm not too familiar with how to set up, but I know she has them. Like falling down air into fully charged forward smash or what have you. But yeah, generally when I throw people off, I start throwing Din's Fire. I try and read their recovery option. Neutral B is also really good at punishing ledge options. If people do forward get up attack, or even roll on, neutral B covers all of that. The only one you have to worry about is their jumping from the ledge, which you can actually interrupt with a lightning kick, assuming you're quick enough for it. But yeah, generally you're just gonna knock people off, try and read their recovery, spam Din's Fire on them when they're off stage, dash attack them, send them back off stage. Another really good strategy I like to do, if someone's above me, I like to throw Din's Fire at them, like that, so that they air dodge the Din's Fire, and now they just landed on the ground with an air dodge, and I get a grab, and now I can figure out how I'm going to kill them. But yeah, generally, you want to use all of Zelda's tools. They're all pretty good. Her only, like, the reason she suffers is because it's hard to hit people with down tilt. It's hard to hit people with her moves. Like, they have a lot of end lag. The lightning kicks have a lot of end lag. Her smashes aren't too safe. She doesn't have, like, reliable pressure, you know? The Shadow Knight move is, it's hard to hit people with because it's slow. It has a lot of startup. So it's like, you can rack damage on people, but it takes a lot of work. And then to land the kill is also pretty tough because people can expect lightning kick or some of the other moves like up air depending on what range you're in. So it's just hard to clean up stocks with her. That's why she struggles. Other than that, she's a very solid character and I would recommend her. I think more people need to give her a chance because she is very underused even today, and she's only getting buffed every patch. So it's worth looking into. So that's all for now. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, guys, please share this with anybody who you know is interested in learning Zelda. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you all next time. Later.